There are a lot of things I put into consideration when I choose to come to study in Malta. There are a lot of things I put into considerations. And for you, if you really want to find out what are these things, please I'll say stick around while I mention my reasons for coming to study in Malta. Thank you and welcome. Alright, welcome back to my channel. If you're an OG, like for those of you that are my, community paddy, those of you that are my old-time subscriber, and welcome back. I'll say thank you for being there, for being a part. And for those of you that see my face for the very first time, so welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a place where I want to start sharing ideas or information concerning how to travel abroad, particularly considering the fact that I have experiences from the people I have done one or two jobs for, that have been able to travel to Canada, UK, US, and one or two countries in Europe. And one way or the other, you might say, yeah, the relationship I have with a well-established agency and also serving as a part of the agency handling an outlet in another state makes me one of them. So I have information to share. If these are the kind of things you need to know about the way to prepare yourself, the particular route to choose, I would advise or suggest to stick around. Just subscribe to my channel. There's no harm in trying. Subscribe, click on the like buttons, and then whenever I get to post a new video, you will have the opportunity to learn from whatever information I got to share. So I say thank you. Now, back to this point. Let's just dive into the point that I have to mention here. Then if you actually listen to what I'm about to say and watching this video to the end, you might say these are more or less like, resemblance, kind of having common point with my previous videos about the advantages or the benefits of coming to study in Malta. Yeah, that is more like a general advantage, benefits to come study in Malta. But I want to talk about my own point of view, particularly my own reasons why I choose to. There are two key major reasons why I choose to. The rest might still be like a recap of the benefits. In case you didn't watch the video, you will still get to maybe learn or heard about the point right in this video. Then the first one for me was the fact that anything about my education is kind of like pursuing them late. Forget, no need for long story. I don't have to start saying whatever it is. I want to come for an undergraduate program, right? And then I really felt, because I'm coming from undergraduate programs, I have a bit of kind of limitations to the country to select. Most of the countries in Europe make it easier for people that are going for master's programs to come study. Majorities of the course that are done or taught in English are for master's programs. The ones you will find where English is, so they kind of limit it to some choice of courses that you might not really want, which is not your preferred course. Now, coming for an undergraduate program that is basically relating to accounting, and I would want a place where I can study that in English, Malta happens to be the next best choice for me in terms of trying to look out to study in Europe. Okay, this is one of the reasons. So it gives me the opportunity to select to come for this program in accounting, and then have the assurance that I will be taught in English, and I will definitely just get straight up into the systems and begin to understand what I'm here for. Now, the key reason why I actually choose Malta, why not Ireland, why not UK, US, and Canada? Ireland would have been the next option, or the first option before Malta. Actually, it was. I chose Ireland, but I did not know that Ireland has a ways of making it a bit complicated for undergraduate. So I'm going to say, then whether I would do a separate video for that or not, I wouldn't know for now. But I'm going to say, Ireland is fit, like is a bit fits those that will be going for a master program. The reason being that while I choose to go for a program in undergraduate, degree in Ireland, and that also of Malta, it's both 3 years pathway. It's both 3 years. The undergraduate program too is 3 years, but the condition in Ireland is you have to present a statement of account that will cover the balance of your tuition fee for the remaining 2 years, and also that would also show your living expenses, which is 10,000 euro for the 3 years you are going to stay. So that is, I was supposed to present 40,000 euro as proof of fund as against the one in Malta, even if it is a 3 years, despite the fact that it's a 3 years program. What you just need to show for your POF is 11,000 euro. So you see that. Now it's easier for me to have really saved towards the proof of fund for Malta than that of Ireland. Alright? That means I can easily defend whatever POF I have to show for Malta than that of Ireland. Now, the point number 2 is, even when you are looking at that POF, I really want to bring out a video where I would just ordinarily on my own, from my point of view, advise that I think these issues of proof of fund, the POF, we the Africans should avoid these discussions online. There's a reason why I believe it's not really ideal. But okay, let me just kind of rephrase or summarize the issue of POF. Ireland and Malta being the two countries in Europe where English is an official language. If you watch my previous videos, I think, okay, when I mentioned the benefit of studying in Malta, apart from Ireland, the next country where English is official language is Malta. Now, between the two countries, Ireland kind of has a similarity to that of Canada. They focused on transaction history. That is, if you're presenting a statement of account for the past 6 months, they would literally look at anything like lump sum in your account. If there's a lump sum in your account, you need to defend it. If you cannot defend that lump sum, you're already heading for refusal. That is the problem. But in Malta, it will not really be like of a lump sum because of the money required. It's something you can actually sell the property for. You can do 1 or 2 things to get. So it's defendable. And then they do not believe a more emphasis on that. So it's easier in that regard. And the other reason, I think that's the third reason why I also choose Malta. Okay, there is a story from my introductory video when I tried to launch myself onto this space, like what I was talking about, my webcam video YouTube thing. I mentioned an error that I mentioned something that I was completely naive of, like I got scammed in a way while I was still novice about this traveling thing, and what I was too like buried on online research. That's also one of the reasons why I said sometimes it's good to speak with someone in person, that probably have experience about this thing, even if you're digging out things from the social medias. If you're getting information from online Google, sometimes it's good to contact someone. There's a reason for it. I think I mentioned that in my previous video. Now, something happened towards 29. I got penalized for it. Because of that penalty I got from that error, that issue, the punishment because I was just, social media, dig online, and what with what I found. So that penalty would be spread across these three key countries that work like, sisters. They share data to themselves, within themselves. That's Canada, US, and UK. So if you get a very strong punishment from one of the country, it would literally, one way or the other, affect your movements to the other two countries. Yeah, it will. It will, particularly US. If you have any issue with US, it will definitely affect your Canada movement somehow. So that's why you should just be careful while you are trying to just dig everything online, and then don't make a mistake that might cost you a refusal in one of these countries because it will, spread across. So if Canada and US one is so strong, UK might be just a little behind, but the informations are shared between the three, so it will affect you if that are. So the thing that affected my movement to Canada would literally not encourage me to put in for any applications to UK or US. So what I'm left with is to go to Europe country, pending when I'm serving that punishment. Now, if I'm to come to Europe country, this leads to my next point. Point number 5 or so. Now, this leads to my next point. I felt I really am not too good in learning language, really. So I knew the effects of language barriers, whatever is going to pose. So I really was just focusing on country where I know English is one of the official language, just to avoid the issues of, protocol procedures, not too many complex documentations where these issues about legalization, verifications, all those stuff. Just to avoid that, I said, okay, I would only focus on country where English is official. This led me to just these two, Ireland and Malta. Now, these two countries are the options I have in terms of official language being English. But there is also a case. I actually tried Ireland, something happened. I'm not saying it here now. I would literally just make a separate videos about Ireland, the benefits, how to go about it in a separate video. So when that happened, now I'm limited to just what Malta I have to come. And thank you, Malta, for actually giving me this platform to discover myself and to pursue my dreams, because it's now like a stepping stone for me to find that person that I want to find, that me in me. Okay, so Malta becomes that option. And this is also one of the key reasons why I chose Malta. Then, apart from this reason, the next point, considering where I'm coming from, my age, and everything, I am basically self-sponsoring. So, for someone who wants to sponsor him or herself to study abroad, you will need a country where you can actually afford the tuition fee all by yourself, and where you can literally plan towards it and have some budget to take care of yourself even before you start getting those part-time jobs. So that kind of place, and also putting into consideration the other previous points I mentioned, like I want the English-speaking countries where I can self-sponsored and where I can easily integrate into the systems. And since I couldn't go to UK, US, and Canada, then the option becomes Malta. The schools are between 5,400, 5,500 per year. So I can work towards it, plan towards it, save towards it, and then pay my school fees for a year, then plan some funds to take care of myself, the living expenses, depending when I'll be getting a job. So that is why Malta becomes the choice for me. and eventually I pushed for and I got in. Thank God for the grace. So that's one key also thing. No, it also leads to, if I have to borrow two other points from my previous videos where I talked about um, the benefit of studying in Malta, you will see that two of these points I mentioned, maybe two or three, two of the points I mentioned there, basically almost all the points I mentioned there really accrued. They really apply to me because I am self-sponsoring. So I should eventually take advantage of those points. The first of all is transportations. I'm coming to a place where I want to literally take care of all my bills. So what am I supposed to do? I need to go to a country that would help me, where the system has created a style or systems of transportation that will reduce cost for me, the cost of living. So if I'm to find myself in a country like Malta and I know all I just need to do is to get one-off card in transportation case, the worry is out of the way. So what else? So that is one of the points. That free transportation was another thing I put into consideration. Okay, that means in this case, the worry of for the first year or so, transportation thing that was that has been taken care of. That worry is kept aside. Then two, borrowing the other second point, because I have to sort things out on my own, that means I should be going to a place where I may not need to waste much time before I find a surviving job. Yeah, though they said you will need at least 3 months after when you have a month before you start working. Yeah. Now let's imagine within those 3 months while I'm waiting for that time to come, I'll probably be putting out, looking out for options, telling them, prepare in advance, giving out applications because sometimes all these online application things we do and before they even get to listen to you or what or probably respond to you, 1 2 months is gone already. So you spend those 3 months looking out, planning, strategizing until that time comes. So that's it. Then the main reason is these kind of common jobs that I can easily get, they start working immediately. Because English is the language, I should be like show off getting those kind of jobs on time to quickly complement the budget I brought in. So whatever funds I'm bringing into the country, I need to just make sure I'm working towards ensuring that I get something to do on time because it's not easy when you're paying bills monthly. For instance, you're managing between 350 400 euro monthly. It's as good as saying if you consider the exchange rate in Nigeria, that's more or less you are saying you're budgeting for 500k every month on bills, expenses. So you cannot just sit and relax. You need to start working towards it. So you need a place where it will be easy for you to get these common jobs on time if you are taking care of your bills yourself. So why I chose Malta. And then borrowing the other point in terms of the transportations, I look at it in terms of the cost living, then in terms of being able to get a common job. Then the other one, the school, when I had to look at it, I saw that okay, Global College already specifically mentioned that too. That bailout I mentioned in my previous video, please watch out. Go try to watch my videos about the benefits of studying Malta. Now, the beauty of it is, I look at it, if I'm self-sponsoring and I'm able to save for the whole of 1 year school fees, I save for that already, and now I'm going to take care of myself a couple of months before I start working. So let's imagine I didn't get a job on time. 3, 4, 5 months, I didn't get a job on time. So I was just feeding myself. But I've been able to pay the whole school fees for a year. Then in between, the remaining months, I got the job, I saved, and I discovered I could not really pay the second year tuition fee. It means I would not be afraid of violating the country rules by saying I dropped out illegally, run into the street and all that. No, that means I have that opportunity to do things right if I cannot continue school. I could just literally tell the school maybe I won't continue after this first year. I'll get the diploma certificate from them, coupled with the one I have, then just look for full-time job to work, probably save for the other year, and then think of whether I'll be going back after the second year. If I've been able to save towards the remaining school fees, I can then go back to the school and say, okay, now I have saved for 1 year while in the country. I have over 10, 11 to maybe 13,000 euros that will take care of the school fees for the second and the third year. And then I'm even guaranteed that my job would give me that framework to continue the job and still continue schooling. So it also means if I stayed the whole year to two in that country, I probably would have built that network, understand the things to do to make it easy for myself. So that's why it becomes the best option. That bailout was the key factor too for me to look into. These are the things I put into consideration generally and why I choose to come to study in Malta. So these are my own personal reason and decisions to come to study in Malta, but this is not the key, or these are not the major reason behind why I choose to come study abroad, or why I decided to leave Nigeria and become an immigrant abroad. I will be sharing that video. One of the key reasons, or the reason why you may want to consider traveling abroad, why you might really want to look into that project. So until then, I say thank you for the time. Thank you for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed this one as well. So please subscribe to my channel, like and share, so you'll be notified when I upload the other videos that I'm about to upload, because I still have a lot to talk about in terms of my accommodations. I was able to get an accommodation, the pattern you should use while you're looking for accommodation. I'll just speak about that generally in one video about accommodations in Malta, and then maybe in case if I'm able to get my first job, I might decide to share this, how I go about it, what are the things I do to you. So in case these are the kind of videos you watch, I would just say maybe subscribe, so you would be able to start, getting used to these things before you come in and join us on the hustle. Thank you once again, and bye for now.